All right, everyone, welcome to A&H. We've been saying this, I feel like we've been saying this since last season. Since Ancelotti started benching Rodrigo because Mbappe came into Real Madrid, we said that Madrid wasn't doing good as a team with chemistry. And what does he do against City? He scores against City right away. What does he do in was it Alaves?
Yeah, I think so.
He scores the winning goal and saves Xabi Alonso's job. I'm also kind of confused because didn't when Xavi came in, part of the goal was part of the team's goal or his goals was to bring Rodrigo back into the squad. I feel like he advertised it a lot when he came in.
I feel like he said Rodrigo was gonna be his main man, and I don't know what happened. Does he mean main man on the bench?
I thought that was Hendrick.
I don't understand. People, before he scored against City and stuff, people were saying, "Oh, he hasn't scored for like 30-something games or 30 games." But how can the guy score or have much of an impact if he's mostly on the bench? And how can you count that as full games if he's on the bench for more than half of it?
Doesn't he get benched in like or subbed in like an 85 or something like that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you saw what happened. This is what would happen before. And I feel like Vinny even played better with him. It was like if it was not Vinny assisting him, it was Rodrigo assisting Vinny. And I'm not saying Mbappe should be benched because he's doing good. I'm just saying like Xavi Alonso, since Ancelotti, they need to find a way to make them three work. Why not have a killing three strikers and like really focus on the midfield and defense? I mean, remember back in the day, Bale, Ronaldo, Benzema, sometimes Socio, Higuain when he was there. I mean, those were like three strikers.
Yeah, they can do the same. They can just keep playing the three and just consistently.
And Rodrigo does come and help out the team to not necessarily defend, but to cover ground.
And he's everywhere too. Sometimes you see him on the left side, sometimes you see him in the middle, the right side. That's kind of what you want.
And that's what he was. What?
And in a way, he's kind of more creative than Vinny and Mbappe.
I mean, I remember he created most assists for the goals and goals at the last minute for Madrid when Madrid would every like Madrid 85 minutes losing 2-1. Somehow Rodrigo scored 2 and gave us or gave an assist. And I remember Madrid always winning 3-2 or flipping the score, and I'd be like so mad that Madrid could do comebacks. Now it's the opposite.
Oh my bad.
I was gonna say now it's the opposite. I feel like Madrid will be winning, and they're like, "Oh, when are they gonna flip it?"
True, that's how I feel. And I feel like Xabi Alonso isn't gonna be the guy to bench Vinny or Mbappe, but I think Rodrigo's gotta play. So
Exactly.
he's gotta play all three of them.
Yeah, I mean, we already know Bellingham covers ground. There's no need for Bellingham to be attacking. He could just cover ground and give passes. And we know he could score too if Rodrigo gives him a pass or anything like that. And I mean, I don't know, and maybe we don't know formations, I don't know. But imagine having Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo as like attackers, like someone playing a false nine like Mbappe maybe. I don't know if there's a defense that could stop three of them.
And they're all fast. Rodrigo's is not slow either, and he has a lot of skill.
I mean, and I don't know if you've seen, and people should know, like, I support Barca, so if Madrid loses, it's good for me. But also, you like just loving football in general. I'm like, I know Madrid keeps not complaining because happens to a lot of teams. Like they get a bunch of injuries, right? And obviously that affects the team throughout the season. But also, I'm like, how come I don't see them play Endrick or what's the other guy's name? Masturbate. Must want. What's his name? Is his name Gonzalo? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Gonzalo too.
But the Argentinian superstar, or like,
Yeah,
forgot his name, but I thought he was pretty good, and he could dribble, and he could like take players also. So like, if Benny and Mbappe are not doing nothing, why not bench him for those players who are hungry, especially in second halves?
I think the Argentine is injured right now, but he might
played
be.
he played the last match, and he was like,
He did.
the defenders were having a hard time taking the ball away from him. I mean, he only played like 5 minutes, but still, I was like, oh, that guy actually has dribble and control of the ball. And then I think Endrich played, I forgot which game I saw him play, and I thought he was doing pretty good. And again, they say with Ancelotti, he was in a good sport, like, so that obviously any player needs to respect the coach, respect the rules. But if he's following all that, why not play him? Like, Endrich was always good.
True, and he scored goals. He saved Madrid multiple times too.
Yeah, and I mean, remember, he was scoring for Brazil. Like, that's no joke.
And it kind of doesn't make sense when your two top guys, Vinny and Mbappe, are having quiet games, and you have guys like Endrick who can score to come off the bench, but you don't put him in.
And you could hit on Endrich, but he could definitely score.
This is where I'm like doubting Xabi Alonso's like coaching or management, because I'm not sure if he knows what he's doing, or even at least know his main starting 11.
And I think last season we did blame Mbappe, right? Like, oh, Mbappe is scoring but not helping the team as much. And honestly, this season I'm like, it's hard to blame him because I feel like he's the only one that scores.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to blame Mbappe this year.
Yeah, Mbappe is one of the guys who's single-handedly saving Alonso's job.
Exactly. I mean, he's the one that scored the winning goal. I mean, not the winning goal, but the first goal. And then he's the one who scored, like, what was it, 3 or 4 against Athletic Club? And I'm just like, damn, I thought they were gonna lose to Athletic. It wasn't for Mbappe. But I think that's the problem, right? When you rely, and let's give an example. Mbappe has a lot of goals, right? He's like he's not breaking a record, but he's getting close to achieving great records from other players in the past. Look at Barca. How many of them are breaking records right now? None of them, right? But when you see the score sheet, it doesn't matter if they win 2-1, 4-0, you don't see just one guy on the scoreboard. Like sometimes you see, what's his name? The guy that came from City that's been scoring a lot. They call him the Shark. I don't know, I can think of his name right now. But anyways, you see him.
Ferran Torres?
Oh yeah, Torres. Sometimes you see Lewandowski, rarely, but sometimes Rafinha, sometimes Lamine. Lamine's been the least who scores now, but he gives assists. Sometimes you see a defender, sometimes you see Pedri scoring. And in Madrid, I feel like this whole season has just been Mbappe, Mbappe. Okay, sometimes Vini. Oh, okay. From time to time, Arda Güler.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So yeah, that's great individual performances. It's not really helping the team, if that makes sense. Luckily, in some games, he outshined the other team, which caused Madrid to win or tied. But at the end of the day, that's still a struggle in Madrid, regardless.
And I thought Xavi would be the guy to connect the team and make them play really well. But at the moment, it's a one-man show with Mbappe.
I mean, can you see? Let's say he plays Mbappe and Vini on the angles, right? Like left and right. And they could switch between each other during the game because that confuses defenders. If Rodrigo plays middle, don't you see him like as a playmaker almost?
Yeah.
And imagine Vini and Mbappe on both corners, and then you have someone like Rodrigo who's also who could also score. That would be dangerous because when they don't have Rodrigo, and obviously they have Bellingham, they have Arda Güler, but they don't seem to be like as good finishers as Rodrigo once was.
And I feel like he can give other formations a try if it seems like he's testing or doesn't even know his starting 11. Just give other formations a try too. Like he can play 4-2-3-1. And then up top, this whole time, I guess you can keep Mbappe. But then behind him, the three, you can put Vini, Bellingham, and Rodrigo. And then behind them can be Tchouaméni and Valverde or Tchouaméni and Camavinga to like solidify the defensive part where they're leaking goals.
When, as you saw, even like from time to time, even the defenders score. Like Hoysen Sauce, or what's the other guy? That one with low hair, que Carreras or something like Carreras.
Yeah.
So they could also score, if they not penalties. I mean, free crosses, corners. So they do have people to be like pretty strong in every aspect. But I feel like he also needs to do something about. I mean, Asensio's doing much better, but Rudiger. Because I feel like Araujo has been a villain for Barca. I feel like Rudiger's kind of a villain for Madrid. And I'm like, yo, like how? Like he commits fouls when not needed. He leaves people on side. And I don't know, you remember, I think it was against Barca where he slipped and then they scored. They took the ball and they scored. It happened to him again in this game. Luckily, there was no one close to him that could take the ball away. But they passed the ball to him again and he slipped and the ball was dead. Luckily, there was no one attacking.
But yeah, personally, I like Arda Güler, but at the moment, I don't think he should be starting, especially over Rodrigo, in my opinion. He could always come off the bench, like probably like the 60th minute, 70th minute, give him like an okay amount of playing time. But if they're playing like that kind of formation, like I just mentioned, I think Arda Güler can be on the bench.
Well, and yeah, I agree with you. And this is if I was Xavi or Alonso, right? Put those three in the front And like you said, um, you have three great substitutions. Let's say Mbappe is not 100% performing, or even Rodrigo, or even Vini. You could have Arda Güler, Endrich, or the Argentinian guy. I'm like, that's the only way. It's not the other way around. Like, oh, let's start Endrick or let's start Güler, and then Rodrigo, who hasn't played, let's just expect him to be like with confidence and everything. I don't think people realize, like, when you're off the pitch not playing as much, it's not the same when you're playing every game, that you kinda like know the feels by vision. You could show from everywhere without looking because you kinda used to that. I feel like Rodrigo's not even in rhythm with
Yeah.
Madrid.
And I bring up that formation because Bellingham can play that center attacking mid position or the 10 position, or basically the Ozil position.
Yep.
And he's free to roam around anywhere in the attack. And that takes some like weight off his shoulders because he doesn't have to come back as much.
Yep.
And especially, like I said, with Tchouaméni and Camavinga, or Tchouaméni and Valverde, they're good ball winners and they cover a lot of ground. So Bellingham doesn't have to do as much. But if you're playing a midfield three with Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, and Bellingham has to do way more work. Especially for Arda Güler, because Arda Güler is not a ball winner type of player.
And I think in the past, even Camavinga and Tchouaméni would support the team more in attacking. Lately, I just see them defending. So I think there's something definitely going on with Madrid. Because I'm like, sure, they should defend like always, but I don't see them really. I don't know, like create attacking chances as much for Madrid.
It could be Alonso's tactics.
Yeah. And it's like, it's nothing new. If Madrid or teams with bunch of superstars did it in the past, you could still do something. And I'll still stick with you to start Rodrigo. I don't think Arda Güler, even though he has some good goals and assists, I don't think he still gives the same level of volume as Rodrigo. And Arda Güler and the others are good to be starting like Copa del Rey, maybe the Super Cup of Spain. But I think La Liga and Champions should be Rodrigo.
Yeah. Or from time to time, rotation in La Liga is fine too.
Yeah.
Against like the lower half of the table or something, or if one of the players is tired or off, then Arda Güler is an option, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, he's a good player. He can be creative, score from time to time, but I don't think he offers, like, I don't know.
I mean, if you take a look at the Güler's goal, a lot of the goals have been like passes from Mbappe that he kind of jukes one player, he shoots. I remember a lot of Rodrigo's goals, he would juke the players. And it would have been like outside, a lot of them outside the box. Yeah. Or he was in the box, it was almost a for sure goal.
Yep. And even if you take Arda Güler out for Rodrigo, it's not a lot of creativity that you're losing. Because like we mentioned, Rodrigo can be creative at times too. So I don't think you're losing much, or Alonso would be losing much for that change.
And he scores the easy goals that Vini misses.
Or let's say even if he leaves, even if there's already an empty spot, like at the moment for Rodrigo, and Arda Güler is still a starter. I feel like I would still take him out for somebody like Camavinga to provide more defensive stability, and then let the other four guys do their thing up top.
And if I'm correct, about Binga hasn't been 100%, right?
Yeah, I
Like he
think
just
he's
came
injured
back.
at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got injured or he just came back and got injured again. I can't remember.
Yeah, so that won't be an option at the moment, but that can be an option.
I mean, also, like I said, is not taking anything away from Madrid having players that are injured. That affects anything, whether we like it or not. But they have enough players to be La Liga teams and to be tough competitors in Champions League even.
As of what I'm seeing, Alonso's main starters, Mbappe for sure, and Arda Güler, it seems.
And that's the problem, because you see that when Mbappe or the Güler are not providing or producing anything, there's not Madrid sucks. Like against Alaves, I don't even think they had that many chances either. And after Mbappe's goal, I don't think I saw anything from him after that.
And we also have to give credit. It's Mbappe has been the star, but another one who goes forgotten is Courtois.
If it wasn't for Courtois,
Consistently, like for multiple seasons now, he's been saving Madrid. And if people don't want to go back to seasons in the past, just look at the past couple games. If Courtois wasn't there,
I mean, I remember last season, I think there was at least 3 or a couple games against Barca that if it wasn't for Courtois, Barca would have probably smacked like 7-3 or 7-2. Like easily, not counting the other shots.
so Courtois is also saving Xavi's job. That's for sure.
You're right. It starts with the goalie. Because there's been many times when Madrid could then be losing, start up losing, and Courtois has been making those saves when necessary. But anyways, let us all know what you think in the comments. What do you think of our strategy or formations for Madrid? And if you have a better solution, let us know. Do you think Xavi should stay? Should they boot him? Is the Madrid season lost? Because it was around this time last year when they started going down. They started off strong this season, kind of like last season. I mean, Arsenal started off pretty strong too. We just gotta throw Arsenal there in everything we talk, and they're now just 3 points away from the second place, so they're not that far anymore.